Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for CPlus Studios, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It is cold. It is a cold morning here in Shiprock, New Mexico, where we came just to get away from Flagstaff, come see my grandparents, come back out on the res, come back home. And I got to watch SmackDown, and it was in Providence with Wade Barrett and Michael Cole on the commentary. So let's just jump right on in. Damage Control, Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley start the show. They come out. But then here comes Team Bianca, and to our surprise, to my surprise, because I was questioning it on my picks and predictions, who was going to be the fifth person. And lo and behold, the man is back. Becky Lynch doesn't waste no time, and it goes into a fight. And I was like, oh man, and I ruined the Becky Lynch comeback because I have to wait at a certain time to watch it, especially out here. The internet's not so great, so I got to wait until the DVR records on the sling and kind of watch it kind of shoddy on my computer or whatnot. But my phone works all right, and I just turned on Twitter, and all of a sudden, boom, Becky Lynch is back, and I was like, shit! Damn it! Ah! Mother lover! Pucker, ah! You know, but it's fine. I still got more. I still got excited. I really like her new shirt. I really want the new shirt. I have to have the shirt. Big time Bex, the man, is back. We got two more matches in the World Cup. The first one up was Butch versus Santos Escobar with Zelina Vega on commentary, and Santos wins, but because Butcher's distracted because of the backstage brawl between Owens and McIntyre with the bloodline. They're going back and forth, and the Brawling Brutes go to help. And in that distraction, when with everything going on the screen, Santos took advantage and beat Butch. So he's moving on to whoever's going to win, Ricochet or Braun Strowman. I don't know, Santos, I like him. I really do, but I hope that he does go all the way. Then we can really see what this dude can do. You know, it takes more than a tournament to decide whether this dude has it or not. You know, I'm not one to say if he has it or not, but he is talented. But we shall see. We shall see. So after that, you know, we cut to Bray Wyatt with the match flow of the week. Bray Wyatt on what happened to LA Knight. And he didn't say what happened. This was right before he got slapped by LA Knight. Then LA Knight was attacked. This was all last week. Here comes Bray Wyatt to the stage, cuts a promo. You know, he's like, oh, what do you people want to see the monster? We're like, yeah, kind of, yeah. we want to see the Fiend. Finally give us this Uncle Howdy character. But guess what? Uncle Howdy showed up. Uncle Howdy was like, wake up, you're a liar. Wake up, liar. You know, and then they cut the LA Knight backstage, and he's like, this guy, huh? How do you know? No, the fair part's like, last week I was covered with bread. She's like, what? He's like, yeah, garbage. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, get it right. LA Knight, it's got them chops, boy. Can say some things, then bring it back. Say some things that are like, wait, what? And then bring it back. It's just great. Hit Row versus the Viking Raiders with Sarah Logan. Oh, I take that back. Sarah Logan is now Valhalla. Okay. You know, when you come out with these, when you go and redesign and repackage these superstars into new entities and everything like that, maybe you should, like, stick to the name first. Because this is the thing about wrestling that always drives me crazy, especially in pro wrestling, especially in WWE. When they take a first name, throw it away, give a new name, you know, this and that, get back the first name. With this character, Valhalla, you know, with Sarah Logan, you should have cemented the deal Like, okay, this is the name. Valhalla, Valhalla, Valhalla. Not last week. Is that Sarah Logan? And then this week on commentary, oh, like the person said, that is Valhalla. Yeah, not Sarah Logan. Yeah, guys. Ooh, but Viking Raiders won. I think we're gonna go to the top with these guys, and they're gonna face the Usos at some point and take the titles. That's just my feeling. You can't build this team like this to be so monstrous and just vicious and ruthless and not go anywhere. Then they showed, I talked about it yesterday on the picks and predictions, but Dominic and Rhea, they replayed that with Ray's house. They didn't show the whole thing, but this time I noticed something in the background, especially when Ray was getting attacked by Dominic before he got hit with the broom on the leg, there's a wedding picture, and I believe that's Ray and his wife. It has to be. If it's somebody else, I'm going to ask Ray, who the hell is that? But they covered his face this time, like kind of blurred the face because, you don't want to see it. I was like, did no one think of that? The Ray, they probably did a walkthrough and was like, hey, this is where you're going to get me, blah, blah. I'm going to call Rhea a bitch and this and that, blah, blah. No one saw the picture and was like, hey, now I want to watch the original footage and see if it was blurred out before. But you have to keep it real. You got to be as real as possible with this kind of stuff. So, next in the World Cup, Ricochet versus Braun Strowman. So we're kind of infusing Imperium's storyline, even though this World Cup is supposed to go down to who's going to face each other for the World Cup and get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And Ricochet won this because of Imperium coming out and distracting Braun Strowman and this and that. So I'm just like, okay, so we're still trying to keep Braun Strowman in this storyline as is. We're trying to keep him in because he still has beef with Imperium. All right. So I think it's going to come down to a three-way dance with Braun Strowman inserted in some way, somehow. But Ricochet wins, so it's going to be Santos and Ricochet next week. They cut back. LA Knight was pinned in the backstage with some equipment. Who did it? Who done it? Because Bray Wyatt said earlier, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. You want to see the monster? Oh, I'm so sad. Look at me. I got some grills. I'm so sad. But he says it wasn't him. Who was it? Was it The Fiend? Oh. Was it Uncle Howdy? Oh. Was it somebody else that we don't know? We don't know. So, just saying. So, okay. But Gunther attacks. Gunther and the Imperium start attacking Braun Strowman. But here comes Ricochet for the win. Then at the end, Ricochet and Braun Strowman like, hey, you said some shit, I said some shit. We good? You come here, man. And Braun Strowman raises his hands like, yo, we're friends now. We're friends. Sammy's backstage. He's headed to the Bloodlines locker room, but he gets a nice little visit from Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens is like, hey, man, I bailed you out on a lot of things. When you say things, I got to bail you out, but I'm not there. What if you say something about the Bloodline? What if you say something wrong? What if Roman gets mad at you? What's going to happen? They're going to beat you up. They're going to come at you. Maybe you should get them before they get you. And, of course, Jay's behind the door listening. I don't know how Sammy didn't see the door or no one saw the door kind of because it's really propped to where Jay's. You can see all Jay's face. But he's listening. Then towards the end, he closes the door. Then here comes, then Sammy grabs the door. Because Kevin Owens walks away. And Sammy has that look of like, maybe he's right. Maybe he's not right. Maybe he's not wrong. I'm kind of oozy in my feelings. Turns around, Jay opens like, hey, Oos, what you doing, huh? So anybody walk back here, huh? Did you talk to anybody? And Sammy lied. Sammy lied to Jay. That's not very oozy, Sammy. You're supposed to tell the truth in the Bloodline. That's oozy. So Jay's like, huh, okay. Then we get Becky backstage. The way they said we're going to hear from Becky, I thought we were going to have her in the ring. She was going to end the show and everything like that. Talk about how she's back, but I'm okay with this backstage and basically stating the man is back. When the man comes around, you better be ready. The man is here and stuff like that. So let's get ready for War Games. Okay. We had backstage with Raquel and Shotzi. Then they were attacked by Ronda and Shayna Baszler. They really hurt Raquel's arm, and then they said they're going to the hospital. Ronda and Shayna come out. They're like, Oh no, accidents happen on purpose. Then Shotzi comes out because she wants to show she's the ballsiest one. She wants to show that she can take on these two bullies. There's the word. There's the word I was hoping I did not hear. Bullies. Bullies. Like this is a key thing with WWE. I understand we want to fight bullies. We want to fight them. We want to make sure bullies are not a thing. I understand I had bullies when I was a kid. But when that word comes around in WWE, I don't know. It kind of just like, oh, here we go with this. It's kind of like what they did with Liv, especially when they have a character like a Shotzi or Liv Morgan who's not as big as Ronda Rousey, so they got to use that card bully. It's not just that. It happens in wrestling all the time. We don't like bullies, so we got to do this. So then here comes Raquel. She comes out. She's going to the hospital because she suffered some more damage, blah, blah, blah. Ronda and Shayna here for the win. They go, so I'm still sticking with my pick. Ronda's going to beat Shotzi. I'm sorry. Then we go to the backstage with the Usos. And silently, because they had the music over, Jay's talking to Jimmy. They're going back and forth and this and that. Blah, 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 blah. And Michael Cole's like, oh my gosh, you blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then we go back to Shotzi. And Shotzi's like, I don't like bullies. I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to show you that this is personal. Yeah. See you at War Games. Well, not War Games, but Survivor Series. Now we get to it. KO and the Brawling Brutes come out to support Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus the Usos, and there's no Roman Reigns? The go-home show. I should be used to it at this point. There's no Roman. So, how can we build a feud to be more devastating when you don't even have one of the main ingredients in? And, it could be anything. Something could be going on backstage that we don't even know about. But I'm going to bitch about it now just because I'm just a wrestling fan and that's what we do. Like, where's Roman? We need, you had all these dudes brawling it out, and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre got the win. They got the win because Sammy, a little bit of distraction, and he was going to get the belt, and Kevin Owens got in his face, this and that, chaotic, and the Bloodline loses. They lose. So is this just a sign to come that at Survivor Series War Games, Kevin Owens is going to be, like I predicted, the one to pin Roman? I don't know. With no Roman in this last hoorah, the last go home to a pay-per-view, was like, what? Okay, sure. A lot of great stuff on the show, but the cherry on top should have been Roman. And I'm kind of now like, at least we got the man, Becky Lynch, back, even though I wish that happened more on Raw than it did here, because you had that start the show for SmackDown, and you should have ended this. If you were going to do that, you would have ended the show with Roman coming out, and then just ended with this big brawl and whatnot. But no, the Bloodline looked weak. They lost because they got a little bit of a snafu with Sami Zayn, who gave the distraction enough for Jay to lose. So going into Survivor Series War Games, we shall see what happens. Tell me what you think. I give this show a solid 3.5 out of 5, just because I was just like, that's it? That's all? What happened with Ronda, Shotzi, this and that? Becky was cool. Becky was awesome. She gets most of the stars in this. But, all right, where's Roman? That was the one thing I scratched my head at the end. But I did have a fun, good time. I can't wait to see Ricochet and Santos go at it next week. Who's gonna go? And I feel like Santos is gonna win. I don't think it's Ricochet. I think they're making Ricochet look good though. So all these things are infused. We're on to Survivor Series War Games. The card is not that big, so I'm glad they didn't add any more matches. We'll see what's gonna be on the pre-show. But tell me what you thought of SmackDown. What was your highs? What was your lows? What you disappointed? What did you love? Tell me everything in the comments. And after that, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the sexy ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life. brother.
Question their very existence in my business. And I think no better time than tomorrow. So everybody's tough until the man comes around. And everybody wants to go to war until the man comes around.